Okay, so let's come to our mats. Yay, I'm on my yoga mat and it's time to practice and I can let go of everything else and just come here and be right here in your body tonight. So go ahead and close your eyes. And tune into your breath. Feel your breath in your body. What does that breath feel like coming in through your nose, down into your lungs, the lungs expanding and contracting with each breath. This breath, it's just automatic for us. It happens. And maybe we can sort of think of our practice this evening like that, as just an automatic response. It's just movements we're going to take to let go of stress in the body, to bring ourselves back home to our being, as we talked about last night, to the trifecta of mind, body, spirit. And maybe even taking your hands into that mudra again, the triangle mudra, making a triangle with your two pointer fingers and then your thumbs coming together. And you can let it rest anywhere. You could have it on your belly or down in your lap. And breathe into body, mind, spirit. And exhaling, letting go. And as we breathe into this triangle that creates an equanimity for us and ability to flow with change and being accepting of whatever circumstances we find ourselves in. And you're going to inhale your arms overhead and exhale, let your arms float down to your sides. Just relax your hands here. Take a couple of breaths. Being conscious of your sits bones up to the crown of your head. Envision that you're inhaling up the length of your spine, as if you could sort of inhale up through the spine to the crown of the head. And then exhale, release down from the crown of the head all the way to the sits bones. Take a couple breaths like that. Inhaling up the length of the spine. And exhaling back down from the crown of the head to the sits bones. As you're doing this, drawing your attention inward, gazing inward. Withdrawing your external senses and tuning into what you need this evening. You're going to slide your left arm out. Bring your right arm overhead. Open the right side. And then go ahead and come up to center. Slide your right arm out. Bring your left arm overhead and opening the left side. And now come up to center. Inhale your arms overhead. And exhale, twist to the right. Right hand coming behind you. Left hand across your body. Feel the spine rise and take one of those breaths up the length of your spine from your sits bones to the crown of your head. And exhale, relax the shoulders down. Then inhale overhead. And exhale, twist to the left. Left hand coming behind you. Right hand across your body. Feel your sits bones connect. Inhale up the length of your spine. And exhale, releasing down. Now inhale overhead. And exhale. Take your hands to your knees and round your spine into a cat-like position. And then inhale, opening forward, opening the heart. Exhale, round the spine. And just go back and forth. Feel how this feels really good in your body. And then come to a nice tall spine and just begin our spinal circles, raising that Kundalini energy, circling to the right. And then come to center and reverse your circles, circling to the left. And come back to center. You're going to take the soles of your feet together in front of you and fold forward over your legs. Let your head dangle. Releasing the right thigh, releasing the left thigh. And you're going to round up through your spine, one vertebrae at a time. Nice. And go ahead and take your legs out long in front of you. And inhale overhead. And then exhale, fold forward over your legs. You can even kind of rock side to side to release the sits bones and maybe allowing your lower back to drop down towards your belly more. And then round up through your spine. Bring the soles of your feet back together for butterfly and fold forward again. And then round up through your spine. And this time we're going to bring the legs out wide for a straddle and folding forward. Hold for a couple of breaths here. And then we're just going to take this breath to movement. So we're going to go through this series of butterfly to legs extended long in Dandasana, back to butterfly, legged fold. And we'll do it one breath to one movement. So you're going to round up through your spine. Inhale as you're rounding up. Exhale, fold forward over your legs in butterfly. Then inhale, round up. Bring your legs out long in front of you and exhale, fold forward. Now inhale, round up. Bring the soles of your feet together and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, round up. Bring your legs out wide and exhale, folding forward. Inhale, up. Feet come together. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, up. Legs come out long in front of you. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, up. So keep going like this. Take it at the pace of your breath, or if you feel like you need to hold in any one position, go ahead and hold for a few breaths because it's your practice and you get to decide what feels right for your body. Aren't you feeling more open already? How is it? We've only been moving for we've only been on our mats for maybe 10 minutes, and I already feel so much better. So the next time you have your feet together, hold here. And you're going to twist to the right, bringing your right hand behind you. And then come back to center and twist to the left hand coming behind you. Nice. And then bring your knees in together. And we're going to do boat pose. I need to get a blanket for a boat because my sits bones hurt in boat. So if you want a cushion, go grab a cushion to bring beneath you. And just start by hugging your knees into your chest and feeling where your spine can rise tall on the mat. And then you can bring your hands behind you first. And maybe your shins up parallel with the mat. Then maybe extending the legs. Yeah, breathe. Now go ahead and bring your knees back into your chest. And now you can stay with that same version, or maybe bringing your hands to heart center and extending the legs, or bringing your arms out wide. And breathe here. Nice breathing. And then bring your knees into center. Nice. Circle your ankles. And we're going to go ahead and do that again and bring some movement into it. So come into your boat pose. And then you're going to lower down, hover towards the mat. And raise your legs back up. Now lower down to hover down towards the mat. And coming back up. And once more. Lower down. And back up. Hug your knees into your chest. And then you're going to take a hold of your big toes and we'll do a little opening. So first just take your shins parallel with the mat and find your spine long. That's okay, Lindsay. You can go right up into it. And then Lindsay has so much flexibility. And then bringing your legs long, allowing the backs of the knees to open. Breathing. Roll your shoulders back into the shoulder sockets, right? Keeping the chest open. Nice. And release the soles of the feet down to the floor. Take your hands behind you and let your knees fall side to side. Perfect. Okay. And now you're going to go ahead and swing your legs around behind you and come to tabletop. On your hands and your knees. And just really don't even call this movement anything. Just begin to take it, maybe it's between cat and cow, but just beginning to take any movements that really feel nice on your body. I mean, maybe you even kind of walk your hands, or maybe you move your feet. Maybe side to side. Maybe hip circles, whatever. You can even close your eyes so that you maybe withdraw the senses and come a little deeper into knowing what it is that your body is looking for right now. And then coming back to tabletop. That should feel really, really good. So raise your right leg behind you and your left arm in front of you. Just lengthen through your spine. And then release the hand down to the mat, the right knee down to the mat. Raise your left leg and your right arm, lengthening out through the body. And release down. You're going to curl your toes under and sit back onto your heels. And just take your hands to your soles of your feet. And maybe allow the feet to open a little bit here. Yes, nice. Bring your arms overhead and clasp your hands together. Roll your palms to face up. Pull your belly up and in. Hands reaching for the ceiling. Maybe even wiggle out of the sides of your waist, creating a little bit of length. Release your hands behind you. Clasp your hands together. Roll your palms to face down and open the heart. Nice. Now release your hands forward. Take your tops of your feet to the floor. So releasing your toes and slide your hands forward. letting your chest drape here between your arms. Inhale and exhale. Melt. Let the right shoulder relax, the left shoulder. Soften your eyes and your jaw. And then slide your hands back, curl your toes under, and come back for your first down dog. Bend both knees. Let your knees come down towards the mat. And then allow your sits bones to reach up and back. And now slowly dropping into both heels. Let's do that again. Let your knees come down towards the mat. Sits bones reach up. And now dropping back into the heels. And then bring your knees down to hover off of the mat. Sits bones reach up and dropping back. Nice. Take a breath here. Inhale and exhale. Now walk your hands forward to the top of the mat and take your hands to opposite elbows. Go ahead and swing side to side. And now release your hands down towards the mat. And you're going to round up through your spine, one vertebrae at a time. Go ahead and bring your arms overhead. And exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to prepare for our flow. So we'll start with some Surya Namaskar A, sun salutations. Inhale overhead. And exhale, fold forward through the center line of the body. Inhale, lift and lengthen through your spine to a flat back. Exhale, release down. You're going to step back for plank and lower. Just lower all the way down to the mat for our first sun salutation. Tops of the feet coming to the mat. And now roll your shoulders open. Bring your heart forward. Release down, press up to your knees, and then curl your toes under and come back to down dog. Take a breath. Inhale and exhale. Melt your dog. Go ahead and walk forward, step forward to the top of the mat, or hopping forward, round up through your spine. Inhale overhead, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, release down. Step back for plank. Now choosing here your option. Lower down for chaturanga or all the way down to the mat. And then you're going to inhale, open forward into any heart opener you're ready for. Exhale, flow back to Adho Mukha Svanasana and take a breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, step forward to the top of the mat, rounding up through your spine. Inhale overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, back down. Step back for plank. Lower down for chaturanga, all the way down. Inhale, open forward. Exhale back to Adho Mukha Svanasana, taking a breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, step forward to the top of the mat. Round up through your spine. Inhaling overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, release down. Step back for plank. Lower down for chaturanga. Inhale, open forward. Exhale, back to Adho Mukha Svanasana, taking a breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, step forward to the top of the mat. Round up through your spine. Inhale overhead. Enjoy this movement, being in your body. Exhale, fold forward. It feels so good to connect. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, back down. Step back for plank. Nice job. Lower down for chaturanga. Inhale, up. open forward. Exhale back to Adho Mukha Svanasana, taking a breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, step forward to the top of the mat, rounding up through your spine. Inhale overhead and exhale, hands down to heart center. Take a breath here. Inhale and exhale. And we're going to do Surya Namaskar B now. So inhale, arms overhead, sit back into chair pose. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, release down. Step back for plank. You're going to lower down for chaturanga. Inhale, peeling forward. Exhale, back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Bring your right foot forward between your hands. Inhale into warrior one. Exhale, bring your hands forward to the top of the mat. Step back for plank. Lower down for chaturanga. Inhale forward. Exhale back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take your left foot forward between your hands, rising into warrior one. Exhale, hands come forward. Step back for plank. Chaturanga. Up dog and back to down dog. Take a breath here. Inhale and exhale. Now inhale, step forward to the top of the mat and round up through your spine. Inhaling your arms overhead. You're going to exhale, sit back down into Utkatasana chair pose. Gaze up, inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, release down. Step back for plank. And remember, you can always come right back to down dog, lowering down. Inhale forward and skip the chaturanga and up dog. Back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Bring your right foot forward, warrior one. Inhale. Exhale, hands come to the top of the mat. Step back for plank, chaturanga. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Bring your left foot forward between your hands, warrior one. Inhaling. Exhale, hands come to the top of the mat. Step back for plank. You're going to lower down for chaturanga. Inhale, open forward. And exhale back. Nice. To Adho Mukha Svanasana, take a breath. Inhale. And exhale, melt your dog. Step forward to the top of the mat, rounding up through your spine. Inhale overhead. So your Namaskar B again. Last one. Exhale, sitting back down into chair pose. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, release down. Step back for plank. You're going to lower down for chaturanga. Inhale, open forward. Exhale back to Adho Mukha Svanasana, down dog. Bring your right foot forward between your hands. Warrior one, rising. Exhale, hands to the top of the mat. Plank, chaturanga. Up dog and back to down dog. Left foot comes forward, warrior one, rising. Exhale, hands to the top of the mat. Plank, chaturanga, up dog, and back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take a breath, inhale, and exhale, melt. Go ahead and step forward to the top of the mat. You're going to hold here. We're going to do a little bit of hamstring opening. So take your hands behind your back, clasp them together, and let your arms fall forward for waterfall. Feel the crown of your head dropping down towards your feet.
Then release your hands down to the feet. Bend your knees until you can make a yoga toe lock around your big toes. And then your elbows come out to your sides. Draw the crown of your head down towards your feet as your sits bones reach up for the ceiling. Let's breathe into the long spine here. That spine from the sits bones to the crown of the head. And then release your hands, bend your knees, round up through your spine. Beautiful. Inhale overhead. Clasp your hands together overhead. And you're just going to lean to the left, pressing into the right foot. Come back to center. And lean to the right, pressing into the left foot. Then come back to center. Inhale. As you exhale, bring your hands back behind your back, clasping them together, and fall forward into waterfall. And then release your hands down to the mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen to a flat back. Exhale, release down, step back with your right foot into lunge, coming down to your right knee, top of your right foot, and inhale your, I have a sleeping dog. Inhale overhead, breathing. Opening the heart. Let your hips melt. And release your hands forward. You're going to toe heel your left foot off to the side of your mat. And then your right hand comes to the floor beside you. Your left hand to your left inner thigh. And you're rotating, gazing over your left shoulder, maybe back towards your right foot. And then you can stay here or bend your right knee and reaching back for the right foot with the left hand. And hold here for a few breaths. Let's sink in. Let's let go of that tension that we store in our hips. Send your breath into the hips to facilitate the release. It's that visualization of sending the breath to where you need it to go. Allowing the body to let go. Inhaling and exhaling. You're going to release your right toes behind you. Curl your right toes under, raising your right knee. And now step back with your left foot to meet your right in a plank position. Lower down for chaturanga. Inhale. Open forward. Of course, you can come right back to down dog if you wanted. And back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. You're going to bring your toes together at the center line of your body. And then raise your right leg up towards the ceiling. One-legged dog holding here. Both sides of the body long. Breathing. And now gaze between your hands, and you're going to bring your right foot forward between your hands. Then coming down to your left knee and the top of your left foot. And making sure that your knee is over your ankle. If you need to scoot your foot forward, you can. Bring your arms overhead. Open the heart. Maybe gazing up if it's comfortable. Is there opening there? Is there a release you can find? Breathe. Let it feel good for you. And release your hands forward. You're going to toe heel your right foot off to the right side of your mat, and then take your left hand to the floor beside you and your right hand to your right inner thigh. Gaze over the right shoulder. Breathe here.
Melting. That letting go. I send my breath into the left hip. Exhale, maybe find a little more spaciousness. And then if you'd like to bend your left knee and reach back for your left foot with your right hand, you can. You're going to release your left foot. Let your toes curl under. Your hands come to the top of the mat. Curl your left toes under to raise your left knee. And we're going to step forward to the top of the mat. So your left foot comes forward to the outside of your left hand at the top of the mat. And bringing your hands together at heart center. And if you have any knee problems, just stay up higher. You could even be standing with your hands at heart center. And you're going to let your hands come down to the mat. Go ahead and raise your hips. You're in a wide-legged forward fold. Take your hands up behind your back. Clasp them together. Let them fall forward. Crown of the head dropping down towards the mat. And then release your hands down. And you'll go ahead and take a yoga toe lock again, this time in our wide-legged forward fold. Elbows come out to your sides and pulling up on the toes to encourage the crown of the head down towards the mat. And then go ahead and release, toe heel your feet back into hip distance apart. Bend the knees and round up through the spine. Nice. Inhale overhead and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, release down. You're going to step back with your left foot into a lunge and inhale overhead. So you can stay on your toes now if you like. Opening the heart forward. Breathing. And bring your hands forward to the top of the mat. Step back for plank. You're going to lower down for chaturanga. Now go ahead and inhale. Open forward into up dog. Flow back to your Adho Mukha Svanasana. Nice. Now bring your toes, big toes together at the center line of your body. And you're going to raise your left leg up towards the ceiling. Staying long on both sides of the body. Breathing. And now bring your left foot forward between your hands for your lunge on this side. Right knee or on your right toes. And inhaling overhead. Open the heart. And you're going to bring your hands forward to the top of the mat. And step forward with your right foot to meet your left. Very nice. Round up through your spine. One vertebrae at a time. Inhale overhead. And then you're going to exhale, sit back down into chair pose, gazing up towards your hands. Breathe here. Now let your hands drop down to the mat, crown of your head drops, legs straighten. And now round up through your spine. You're going to inhale overhead. Exhale, sit back down into chair pose. Hands come to heart center. Twist to the left. Right elbow to left knee. Inhale, hands come to center into chair pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. Twist to the right. Inhale to center in chair pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. Twist to the left. Inhale to center.
Exhale to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale to center. And exhale to the right. Now inhale to center. Exhale, fold forward. We're going to take some cleansing breaths. Inhale overhead. Exhale, release. Inhale overhead. Exhale, let go. Okay. And one more. Inhale overhead. Exhale. And go ahead and inhale overhead. Exhale, hands down to heart center. I'm going to release your arms alongside you, and we'll come to some balancing here. So find a spot to fix your gaze on and anchor into your left foot. And we start with tree. Raising your right knee. Bring your right knee out to the side and find your tree pose this evening. Bring your arms overhead. Beautiful. Feel that anchoring through the sole of the left foot, as if that left foot could maybe grow some roots down into the earth. Your crown of your head rising and the sits bones dropping. And you're going to release your arms out to your sides. And go ahead and take a hold of your right big toe with your right hand. And maybe just stay here. Yes, or Jan's already there. If you want to try extending your right leg any amount, you can go ahead and do that. Yes. And then bend your right knee. You're going to take your right foot into your left hip crease and bend your left knee slightly. And then folding forward. Breathe into the right hip. So now bend the left knee and the right ankle kind of slides down a little bit closer towards the left knee. And go ahead and come up balancing. Nice. And releasing 5-pointed star. Reach up through your right arm, up through your left, down through your right leg, down through your left leg. Let it go. And coming back to center. So find a spot to fix your gaze on. And anchor into the right foot. So now the right foot is going to grow some roots. Raise your left knee and bring your left knee out to the side. Right. Inhale overhead. Be in your practice. Stick with it. Stick with being with you, spending this time to reconnect. Right? We feel so much better after we take time to practice and connect with ourselves. That connection of body, mind, spirit that yoga creates. So release your arms out to your sides. And now you're going to go ahead and take a hold of your left big toe. And you can stay here or beginning to extend it any amount. Nice job. Oh, nice, Jan. I shouldn't have said anything. Nice, Lindsay. Nice, Tracy. The right foot is growing roots. And then bend your left knee. You're going to take your left foot into your right hip crease. Bend the right knee. And then folding forward. Let the crown of the head drop. The sits bones reaching for the ceiling. And now bend your right knee. We're going to come up into that balancing position again. Your left ankle kind of comes down towards your right knee a little bit. There you go. Nice. relaxing. Beautiful. 5-pointed star, just let go. Even let your arms swing side to side too. Your hips kind of move side to side. Shake it out through the arms. Shake your wrists out. Maybe you've been doing, a lot more on the computer because you're home. And then go ahead and make your way to the top of your mat. You're going to inhale overhead. And as you exhale, you're going to come sideways on your mat. Bring your hands down to heart center and releasing your arms out. Inhale overhead. And now we're just going to exhale. We're going to release down towards our right foot, circle around and up. Exhaling around and up. Inhaling overhead. Exhaling down. Inhale overhead. Exhale down. 2 more. Inhale overhead. Exhale down. Let's do 1 more. And coming down to the right foot. And now you're going to reverse the direction. Go ahead and inhale overhead in the opposite direction. Over towards the left foot. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Circling. And 1 more on this side. And go ahead and come back down. Come to center. Walk your hands out until you come to a flat back where your wrists are right beneath your shoulders. And your hips are in line with your heels. And take your left hand to the center line of your body and raise your right arm up. Open your heart towards the right. Release your right hand down, right to the center line of the body, and raise your left arm up. Feel the hands stacking, the heart opening towards the left side. And then release your left hand down. Go ahead and walk your hands back till they're in line with your feet. Let your head drop. And envision that your elbows are shoulder distance apart. So maybe that might mean for a lot of us bringing them in a little bit. Allow the lower back to soften, and you can feel the sides of the waist elongating. And then rolling your weight into the outside edges of your feet. Go ahead and come up. Bring your hands to your hip creases and rising. Nice. You're going to bring your right toes to point towards the front of your mat, sinking into your right knee, into warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior. And exhale to side angle. And inhale, back up to warrior 2. Straighten your right leg. You're going to bring your body weight forward and sink down into Trikonasana. You can grab a block here if you like. The spine lengthening out. So you can think about dropping your left rib cage as the right armpit extends longer, elongating the spine. Go ahead and raise your body up by your left arm. Your toes point towards the long side of your mat again. And now bend into your left knee. Warrior 2. Nice. Come to reverse warrior. Right hand down, right leg, left arm overhead, opening, still bending in to your left knee, right? Nice. And then side angle, left elbow to left knee and right arm overhead, open. And then go ahead and come back up for warrior 2. You're going to straighten your left leg, bring your body weight forward, and sink down for triangle. Relax your right side.
Let the left armpit extend long so the spine lengthens. Feel the soles of the feet anchoring to the mat. And then raise your body up by your right arm. Come sideways on the mat. Inhale overhead. Exhale, warrior two on the right side. Now straighten your right leg. Bring your body weight forward. Come back into Trikonasana on the right side. And then from here, we're going to flow into Ardha Chandrasana. So take your left hand to your left hip. Bend into your right knee. Right hand comes forward. You can walk your left toes forward and then rising into Ardha Chandrasana. Shoulder blades pressing into the back. Opening the heart. Breathe. And release your left foot back to the back of the mat. Come into warrior two. Sink down. Inhale overhead, come sideways. Exhale, warrior two, left knee bending. You're going to straighten your left leg, bring your body weight forward, and sink down for Trikonasana on this side. Press the shoulder blades into the back. So we're going to prepare for Ardha Chandrasana on this side. You'll take your right hand to your right hip. Your left hand comes in front of your left foot. Right leg rises. And then when you have your balance, you can raise your right arm. Opening through the chest, the shoulders stacking. Opening the right hip on top of the left. And then release your right foot way to the back of the mat. Come into warrior two. And then inhale sideways on the mat. You're going to exhale, step forward to the top of the mat. Left foot meets right. Beautiful. Inhale overhead. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale back down. Step back for plank. And you're going to hold here. So we're going to come to side plank, bringing your right hand to the center line of your body. You can come down to your right knee or staying up on your both feet. Raise your left arm. Nice. And we'll take some arm circles with the left hand, bringing it forward towards the top of your mat, around and up, and forward, around and up, and forward, around and up. Another breath here. Yes, you have it. Square your hips towards the mat. Come back into your plank position. Nice, strong plank. And now bring your left hand to the center line of your body. You can come down to your left knee or staying up on both feet. Raise your right arm. Beautiful. And now circling the right arm down towards your toes, around and up. Circling down, around and up. And once more, circling. Take another breath here. Breathe. And then rotate your chest back towards the mat. You're going to lower all the way down to the mat. Bring one hand on top of the other and your forehead to your hands. Take a deep inhale down into your belly, the small of your back. Just take a few breaths here to melt onto the floor, the mat. Let your shoulders relax. Let your hips soften. The legs release. Now you're going to go ahead and pick your head up and bring your elbows right beneath your shoulders. And spread your fingers wide. So you can stay here, or if you want a little bit more, you're going to inhale, pressing up any amount, straightening the arms any amount, and releasing down. Now you can stay there, or you can start to walk your hands back in if you want a little bit more, and inhaling up. Yes, nice. Be careful. And release back down. And take your right arm out in an L beside you on the floor. And then you're going to roll onto your right side, opening the right shoulder. Let your right shoulder stay in contact with the mat. And sometimes, we feel sensation as we come into a pose and our muscles start to contract. And some of that's just going to happen, and some of it is part of our fear creeping in. So see if you can let go of the fear of the opening and breathe into the front of the right shoulder. And then slowly exhaling. And give your body permission to melt here. And go ahead and roll back onto your belly and the left side. So taking your left arm in an L and then rolling onto your left side. And see if you can let go here, allowing the left shoulder to open. Listening to your own body. Go ahead and roll back onto your belly. You're going to take your hands behind you, clasp your hands together, roll your shoulders open, and then raising your chest and your legs for locust. Release back down. So now we're going to come to bow, and you can bend your knees. You can just stay here if you like, or you could, come up a little bit through the chest or reaching back for your feet. And then opening the heart. And you're going to release. Bring your knees out, mat distance apart, and press back for a wide-legged child's pose. Oh, it feels so good. Let your body melt between your legs. Now, if you have knee problems, you can put something behind your knees to keep the hips up a little bit. Inhale and exhale. Soften the heart. And maybe draw your attention inward. Relaxing your jaw. And then you're going to come forward over your hands, bring your knees back, hip distance apart, and press back for down dog. So we're going to eventually make our way here into pigeon. So if you like pigeon on your back, you can come down to your back. You're going to raise your right leg up towards the sky. And exhale, bring your right knee into your chest, and right foot comes to the left side of your mat for pigeon. Squaring your hips, and then folding forward over your right leg. Inhale and exhale. Soften your hands.
And then notice where in your right hip you're feeling the most opening. And just pick one tiny little spot and inhale into that spot. And then take a long, slow exhale to release. Maybe you need another breath in that spot, or maybe you can move on to another spot.
You're going to walk your hands in towards your body, and then you're going to rotate onto your sits bones. Your right leg still stays in towards your body, and your left leg is out long. Take your left elbow to the inside of your left knee and your right arm overhead, opening the right side of the body. You're going to release, come up through your right hand. Bring your right hand back behind your body, coming up onto your right knee. Left arm comes overhead. Open the front body. And then releasing. Take your hands to the top of the mat. Curl your left toes under and come back for your down dog. Bend your knees down towards the mat and then press back into your heels. Bend your knees down towards the mat. Press back into the heels. And once more, bending down and pressing back. Perfect. So now raise your left leg up towards the sky in one-legged dog. Nice. Inhale. And on your exhale, bring your left knee into your chest, your left foot coming to the right side of your mat. And if your knees are sensitive, go ahead and turn over and do this on your back. Go ahead and fold forward over your left leg. Relax your shoulders down. We can let go of so much emotional baggage in these hip openers. You don't even have to do anything. You don't have to consciously, make yourself let go. It'll happen. It's kind of like the breath is automatic. If we kind of just get out of the way, let the posture work, it'll happen. So notice where you're feeling opening in your left hip and send a breath into where you're feeling the most opening. And then take a long, slow exhale, melting. Breath by breath. Now walking your hands back in towards your body, raising your chest. And you're just going to rotate onto your sits bones. Right toes rotate up. I'm going to turn because I don't want to face away from you guys. Your right leg is out long, your left leg in towards your body. Bring your right elbow to the inside of your right knee and your left arm overhead. For some side opening on the left side. Yes, breathe into the left side. And now release. Take your left hand back behind your body. Come up onto your left knee. Your right arm comes overhead. Open your right side. Yes. Beautiful. And releasing. Curl your right toes under and come back to your down dog. And go ahead and bend your knees down towards the mat. Press back into your heels.
Bend your knees down towards the mat. Press back into your heels. And last one, bending your knees down. Press back into your heels. Now, this is our last down dog. So we're going to take 5 breaths here just to really let go and anchor in our practice. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. 2, 3, 4. Last breath. 5. Nice. Go ahead and come down to your knees. And you're going to swing your legs around and come onto your back. So your knees are bent and onto your back. So feet are hip distance apart. Press into your feet, raising your hips up for bridge pose. And go ahead and roll under one shoulder and then the other. And squeeze. Imagine that there's a block between your thighs, squeezing that block in together. Maybe some roots are still growing from the feet, the soles of the feet. Just bring your attention to your breath. Now unclasp your hands, unroll one shoulder and then the other, and slowly lowering your spine down to the mat. And bring your legs overhead, making so you can stay here, allowing your hips to be heavy, or bringing your legs behind you for plow if you like plow. Whoops. And then if you would like a shoulder stand, you can take your hands to the small of your back and raising your legs overhead. This nice soft focus that shoulder stand brings in the mind, allowing a soft gaze up towards your feet. And then bending your knees and slowly making your way all to the mat. Nice. Let your soles of your feet come to the mat and your knees fall side to side. You're going to bring your feet up to make footprints on the ceiling for happy baby. Take hold of your toes or your outside or inside edges of your feet. Knees down alongside the ribs. You can play with this. However, draw your knees in together. Circle your ankles. Maybe massage your lower back. These knee circles on. And then bringing your legs long on the mat for Savasana. Let your arms drape alongside you. Find any props if you want a eye pillow or a blanket. Maybe a blanket. Giving yourself this time of your practice. Be in silence.
The side of your body. And then when you're ready, slowly pressing up to a comfortable seated position. You want to bring your hands together at heart center. And may you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be healthy. May you be at peace. And may you be free. Namaste.